What up, y'all? It's Mike.
It's Rowena.
Did you ever think about this? And this is kind of grim, obviously. From the title, you've seen this is a grim video. This is not going to be a happy video. Have you ever thought the worst way to die?
I've played the game Dumb Ways to Die, and
there's a game called Dumb Ways to Die?
Yeah, it's like this little cartoon,
that?
and then you either have to like shoot a balloon or like run away from a bear, or else
What kind of sadistic game is this?
It's pretty cute. But
It's
no,
cute?
I don't sit around thinking about how I'm gonna die. I don't.
Okay, no. It's not like you sit around and think about it. Don't you ever have that thought?
Do you ever?
Yeah, you think about like, okay, it would suck to die like this. You never thought that.
Okay, well, I once heard a story of a family driving on the freeway. A bear comes, this car stops, they hit the bear goes through the car and kills every single one of the people in the car. That, when I heard that story, it's like, that's a horrible way to die.
Okay, well, I'm thinking more like people are, would you rather drown or burn to death? For me, it's buried alive.
Oh.
That would be the worst thing for me. Like,
Ooh,
can you imagine you're in a coffin, you're just
yeah.
like, you're just
Would
waiting
just
to die?
and punch your way out of it with your...
Well, I can't do that. Like, unless
karate.
you're really buried, you're just like, you can't move.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really want to have Lord of the Rings powers, because if somebody could like do that to you and just trap you somewhere and you can't move and you can't die, so you're just constantly just like regenerating and you're just like laying there.
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst thing?
It is.
So, but according to science now, they have come up with some of the worst ways to die.
5 most grim and bizarre ways to die.
And this doesn't even make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't agree with it.
The first one,
Okay.
being crushed in a falling lift.
Elevator, for those of you who don't speak UK. The falling lift, well, they're saying...
The lift is falling.
But okay, I don't know if that's the worst way to die. You have a chance of survival too.
I think most modern elevators, don't they have precautions set in place where if a lift does fall, something will...
Not the Tower of Terror.
Stop it! But we're not at Disneyland, Mike.
Right, so I think the chances of falling to death in an elevator shaft is way too remote.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, neither is like being buried alive, but still.
Yeah.
And what would you do? What would you do? I thought about this. Have you ever thought about this before? You're riding the elevator up and you're like, what would I do if it starts falling? You ever thought about that?
I haven't, but I read this article. I know we should do.
Okay, here's what I thought I should have done, and this is not what the article suggests.
Yes.
What I thought I would do was, if it's falling, and right before it hits the ground, I'll jump. Okay, it doesn't make any sense.
No, but that's what we do as kids when you're on the elevator. You're like, I want to experience zero gravity. So right when it lands, you jump.
Yeah, but probably what happened is, you know, if I jump and I'll splat on the ground anyway. But
ooh, or I'll like bust a matrix move and pop out from the top and just hold onto the railing while the elevator falls and explodes. I think I'll do that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what does that say?
So the article says you should lie down flat on the ground, because if you're standing, the G-force is just gonna, once the elevator drops and stops, your organs are gonna continue dropping, and that's not pretty.
Yeah. Okay, so you should just lay down.
Yeah, just lay down
that
flat.
makes sense. That makes sense. And then if you die,
but then
it's quicker.
you still like...
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
I feel it's a better way to die probably than standing up.
Okay, number 2. Falling to the bottom of the Mariana
Trench.
Mariana
This is
Trench.
the deepest trench in the world. It's stupid. Who the heck is ever gonna fall into that? Like, first of all, you gotta go into the ocean. You gotta be in a submarine anyway.
You're gonna drown before you even get to the bottom of the trench.
Where are you? You're not even gonna reach the trench. You'll drown before you get get even a quarter of a ways there. So this is kind of stupid. Who's ever gonna die like that?
And then they say if you do get to the bottom, your body will keep its form.
Yeah.
Because all of your internal organs are gonna decompress from the water pressure. You're gonna fall to the bottom of the ocean because there's no air in your body, and then you will probably be eaten by
the trench people.
No, by the, what are those fishes called?
Trench monsters.
Bone eating? No.
You don't think mermaids exist in the trench? I think so.
I think if mermaids do exist, they probably won't be like the Little Mermaid. They probably will be more like the mermaids from Harry Potter.
Can you imagine? Would you fall in love with somebody who's been like living in water their whole life? They're all slimy and stuff.
Who they is? Probably not. But
there's no way they have wavy red hair and a beautiful voice.
By how they look, Mike.
Oh really? Oh, so if I introduce you to a slimy merfish right now, are you gonna consider that?
I'm gonna try to talk to them and be friends with them. Okay, so what we're trying to look. It's the bone-eating snout flower. of the ocean.
Yeah, that's nasty.
So they look like little squids, but then it's like their heads exploded, and they eat rotting corpses, and they usually eat bones of whales.
Awesome.
So
What's the next best way to die?
All right, next. Getting too close to a neutron star.
When is that ever gonna happen? That's what I'm saying. This article is so stupid. Like, when is that ever gonna happen?
It's super far-fetched. Hey, Mike, let's take a spaceship to go to the
neutron star.
And see a neutron
like,
star.
I'll more likely die in an airplane bathroom than to meet a neutron star.
How are you gonna die in an airplane bathroom?
I have a better chance of getting flushed out of a toilet in an airplane bathroom than die from a neutron star. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you'll fit in them.
That's what I'm saying. But that's still a better chance than a neutron star.
All right, next one.
Yeah.
Being struck by a particle accelerator.
What? Who has a particle accelerator? So yeah, no one's gonna meet up with someone with a particle accelerator unless you're like part of the cast. It's
like Dexter, Dee. No, not the accelerator.
What do you call that show? Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Like Leonard brings one home.
All right, next. Jumping through a hole in the earth.
Dude, this is the stupidest thing ever. This is like the dumbest thing ever. I'm gonna jump through a hole in the earth.
You die before you reach the other side.
Well, yeah, of course you're gonna die. You'll probably die before
you disintegrate from the heat.
Well, did you know that a lot of people say there's evidence that there's actually water down there?
There's water in the middle of the earth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Water. Like, more water than all the water on the surface of the earth is in the middle of the earth.
Interesting.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Wow.
I just grew up with, science.
Just trust everything, don't you? You just trust that little pie chart they show you, don't you? Mental core, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
It's so pretty. I made models when I was little.
Oh,
I got an A+.
You got brainwashed by the school system.
By the government.
No, there's water. You don't know. But anyways, apparently those are some of the grimmest ways to die. I disagree. I want to give my own list.
I read this when I was younger. These is like Chinese torture, like ways to torture people in olden days China. That even makes sense. But you're tied on all four of your limbs are tied to a horse.
四马分身.
Yes.
And
then you smack the horse and they all run and then you just
But do you die right away though? From shock? Because that would be
I think you're gonna, it depends if your head.
Because that's kind of painless.
Arms, yeah.
If they do just all that like at the same time, shock will set in, and I don't think that's gonna be that painful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Suffocation.
I'm trying to think about it and it hurts already.
Suffocation is the worst way to die.
Yeah, because you die slowly.
Yeah, you die really slowly.
Yeah.
You know how they used to kill royals in Chinese history?
Royals?
No, they would kill royal women.
How?
Because they don't want to see their blood and deform their face.
Oh.
So they would lay them down, tie you down, right?
Oh.
Then they take bamboo paper, which is really strong. They wet it and put it over your face. And that's how you die.
That's a horrible way to die too.
Yeah. I mean, that's way worse than like particle accelerator.
Yeah. But then we're talking about ways to torture people now.
I'm just saying, a lot worse ways to die. Like, I think burning to death would be like a lot worse than like particle accelerator or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, pretty grim topic.
Let us know what you guys think.
What is the worst way to die? Thanks for watching.